And
Hello, hello!
recording for YouTube. Hello, hello, everybody. And
Hello, hello!
welcome back to more Phoenix Wright. Going into the third trial, technically.
No, it's the second trial, but the third day.
Yes, you're right. Second trial, third day. Alright.
And I am eating, so pardon my, any delays that end up happening. District 27, 10. Court number 3.
Ah, yes, District 27. Yeah. Court is in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. No, I'm not. I'm shoveling food in my mouth. What the fuck are you talking about?
Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready.
Who is the judge here, anyway?
Who knows? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so... Oh god, his voice is so deep. Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Alright, well shorten your meaningful pauses, fucker.
Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Now, well.
It's gonna be a short stream if it is. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Hey, Ego, welcome.
Hello!
They say heyo.
It's hilarious because my cat, Xena, she's sitting here, begging for food. Right?
Of course.
And by begging, I mean she's sitting here staring at me. Oh, she knows I'm talking about her. She's running away. But before she decided to run away, she was sitting here begging me by staring at me silently with her little kitty eyes. And it's like I showed her what I was eating earlier, and she didn't like it. She recoiled because, surprise, surprise, cats don't like even very mildly spicy things, and this is very mildly spicy, like fried chicken.
Okay.
So it's like, what do you think is about to happen? Like, I'm just gonna show this to you again. Like, it has not changed. Like, yes, I do have the second item here, but it's a dessert. I haven't opened it yet. Like,
I saw a video of I think it was the mother that was recording it, and her 3 sons, and specifically her toddler really wanted to try the spicy noodles that she had, and she had told him about 10 times, it's really spicy, you're not gonna like it, and not sure that doesn't please the kid, so he wants to try it anyway. And instant regret. And so the kid starts crying and kind of throwing a fit. Mom calms him down. Now the other sons want to try it. One of them doesn't really like spicy foods. The oldest one doesn't like spicy foods. The middle child does like spicy foods. And so the middle one tries to hide it, ends up running for milk or something in the fridge. The other one tries it and enjoys it. And then in comes the toddler again. I want more! It hasn't changed. You're not gonna like it.
sadist.
Oh,
actually,
Ego...
no, it's masochist. Masochist!
Yes. Yeah. Ego said this about your cat. They don't have object permanence. Well...
Clearly!
I saw that coming before I started the story. Yee. Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes! We have no time to waste! I call my witness now! Right! I've called my witness! My decisive witness to the stand!
That mysterious boat shop owner.
Witness! State your profession! It's gonna be so hard for me, because...
Have fun!
He has an older voice. The judge has an older voice that's also kind of deeper, and then Von Karma just has a really deep voice. So, man, the voices are gonna blend. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, The Wet Noodle, at Cork Lake. And I also rent boats. In order of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yeah, I was. Please testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is.
Ooh. Ego said, I just ate cheese broccoli soup with 3 pieces of fresh bread. So good. Oh, the fresh bread.
Ooh.
It's been a minute since I've had fresh bread. It's so good. Yeah.
Fresh bread is a delight.
Yeah.
Wait a minute! The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I reported this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Ego said fresh bread is underrated. It absolutely is, for sure.
Oh, it so is. One of our oldest foods and absolutely delicious.
One of the few foods that every single culture has some variety of.
See, this is see, Xena? See? This is what I'm eating. You don't
it's the
like
same
it.
Shit.
You recoiled. It has not changed in the 5 minutes since I've shown you it. The look of disgust she shot me.
It's just
Yeah,
how
right.
It's just how are you still eating that? God. They're not checking out of curiosity for themselves. They're checking out of concern for you. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yeah. It's such different usage of my vocal cords. What do you mean? What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. Ego said we are too disillusioned as a people because of white Wonder Bread. Oh man, I would eat white bread, like, just plain by itself, all the time, growing up.
I have. Whenever I made, like, fresh bread myself, like, that shit, assuming I made it right, so it's a good loaf, like, that shit's gone in, like, 2 days.
Well, and, like, when I would go to church, we had, like, sacrament where we had to, like, break up bread, and it was, usually fell onto one of the 12-year-old, boys to bring in the bread for the sacrament. And so whenever it was my turn, I would just be eating the white bread during my Sunday school classes. Ego said bread should be good food by itself, not a mere plate to serve food. Of course, of course, of course.
Hell yeah. Yep, full agree.
I don't know if you've seen this.
The jam should enhance the bread, not the other way around.
Yes, absolutely. Have you seen the video of, like, somebody asked, like, a bunch of, like, confident, like, bakers to bake a fresh loaf of bread? And then they, like, presented the bread, and then somebody walked up and took a knife and made them into bread bowls. And it's just, all the bakers were just in disgust and horror, because that's not what they were made for.
Death! Death!
Ego says they saw the video. Yeah. I think about that every now and then.
Death.
You can't recall, you say? The thumbnail is really funny. Oh, I don't remember the thumbnail at all.
Like, I like a bread bowl soup, I think they're really good. It's actually been a while since I've had one.
Yeah.
But doing that, like a fresh loaf of bread that you're supposed to be eating either by itself or as a side to something, and not and gutting it to use it as a bread bowl.
Yeah. Oh, you guys said the thumbnail is just the baker's sad faces. Yeah. I just it's been a minute.
Yes. Yes, the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He could testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness?
The night of the murder.
It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I, rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and the man walks by my window.
I love that before it fades away from him, you can see him starting to fall back asleep.
Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
Fucking keep your finger wagged to yourself.
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination.
I think I have a newfound hatred for Karma trying to like sidestep the cross-examination here.
Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now.
Yes.
Mr. Wright.
Nah, we're good. Just instant game over.
What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well, you may begin.
Oh, poor Von Karma. People actually prefer to follow the checks and balances and give people their due process. Boo-hoo, the poor man isn't allowed to skip out on the court system. Oh, whatever will we do, Mr. Von Karma?
Honestly, though, considering that that's his crash out over his little 3 minutes not working out, his later crash out makes so much sense. The age of a... What was his age again? Fucking...
60-something, I think.
Was he 60? I thought he was... 65,
yeah. 65.
65 years old and throws tantrums like a 5-year-old.
Yep. Because boo-hoo! People are gonna fight the verdicts, oh no!
Ego said it's like that meme, me looking at Edgeworth, sweet, sweet baby boy. Me looking at Von Karma, evil.
Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed.
You know, if you didn't take so long with your meaningful pauses, we would still have some more time.
Yeah.
I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
It was the 24th, just after midnight. Gross.
I've done. They have the red beans. Just after midnight, you say?
Just around then.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
But why are you so sure? When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today.
I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly. I did. Yeah. You see, continue.
It was the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual.
Is there anyone who can verify that?
The bird.
Well, I guess Polly could.
But that's not good enough for a court of law.
Don't doubt the parrot just yet, Phoenix.
Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough?
Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot.
A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith. Prosecutors can say that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue.
I heard a bang. Yup.
And where did the bang seem to come from?
I think I know what the evidence we show. Heard two sounds just like gunshots, just after midnight. Overheard Memphis Lake. Shows an empty
Well,
lake.
you also...
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because we'll bring that up. No, we'll bring this is the
Because when he
evidence.
looks
This
out
is
there,
the
he
evidence.
sees the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then when the second gunshot went off, there was no boat.
Mhm.
Yep.
From the lake, I figure. Are you certain?
Yep.
Good. Continue.
Look out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake.
Was there someone in the boat?
It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figure there was 2 men out there. Yep.
But you couldn't see them clearly.
Yep. At the time, that is.
I heard another bang.
So you heard 2 gunshots total.
Oh, Ego said, by the way, yeah, I'm currently still working on the dojo idea I had. Actually, I just remembered me and Sunny watched a few episodes of the anime it's based on, if you remember.
Oh! Yes, I think so. That's the one with the wannabe serial murderer, right?
Hmm?
I think that's it. It was really cute, actually. I really like the idea.
Okay. Ego said, yee.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the premise is basically they're middle school students, right? So prime edgelord days, right?
Okay.
And, it follows this boy, if I remember right, and he's obsessing over this girl, and he really wants to, like, murder someone. And so he wants to murder this girl, and it's kind of focusing on that, and it's a lot cuter than the premise makes it sound. Like,
Trying to do a thing here. Hold on.
because we're middle school students, you know? So
Okay.
it has, like, all that right kind of, like, cringe and just, like, like, awkward moments kind of thing, and it makes it really cute.
Okay. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Okay. Back over there. Bring this back over here. Okay.
Yep.
I say cringe in a beloved way, and not
Of course.
by the way.
Yeah,
Moment in
yeah.
the sense of like, oh, I remember doing something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like the, yes. That's what Lana said in her testimony yesterday.
So then the book comes back to shore and man walks by my window.
By your window?
Ego said I just watched the second season recently, y'all. So good. This is so good in all caps.
Okay.
Yeah, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, and he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please, add it to your testimony.
I had a feeling about
That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead.
Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad!
Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead. And he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure this person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
Ego said I completely forgot we were watching it. I think I was busy at the time, so I couldn't schedule time to watch party.
Yeah.
They also said we should continue sometime.
Hell yeah! Yeah, I'd be down for that.
So, yep, read that.
That'd be fun.
It was him, the Edgeworth boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
Karma!
Ego said the character development goes crazy.
To cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us.
I better act quick, or this trial's gonna be over.
Raise an objection.
Objection! Your Honor! We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly!
That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here.
So he wiped
Why would
his
he-
left
yeah, why
hand,
would
but
he
not
put
the
it-
right hand? What?
Yeah. Well, the way that I can imagine you doing that is you would take the gun, wipe it off, and then pick it up with the opposite hand.
Sure, but like you're already wiping it off.
But-
You're not gonna.
Yeah, why bother putting other fingerprints on the fucking gun at that point?
Like in literally
it-
every
it would
foreign
be
media I
better
ever
to leave it
watched,
blank.
where anybody is seen like wiping off a gun, they end up holding it by the rag, not by their bare hand to reapply their fingerprints again.
And if they do pick it up, then they immediately start like wiping it back off.
Yeah. Too much.
Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
Too much jowl.
I just lost thought. What should I do?
Raise an objection.
Your Honor!
Ego said, also something funny is the edgy wannabe serial killer ends up not the person who wears the pants in the relationship long, so to speak.
Ah! Oh, that's hilarious. This witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie...
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you've yet to realize even this bullshit fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
Nick? Do we have evidence?
It's no good. There's nothing I can do.
Yes, there is.
Are you sure?
Honest. I don't know what to do anymore.
Nope. Ego said also the height difference between them is really cute with the boy being shorter.
Yeah.
Please? Can you hear me, sis? Please? We need your help. Nick needs you.
3 minutes was perhaps too high in expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No!
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty.
Alright.
The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial in a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
So I guess...
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, I remember this scene.
Who was that just now?
Who is it?
It's Larry.
Okay.
Me!
Oh. What?
Yep.
Larry!
Yeah, because I remember Von Karma throwing a fit that the judge already declared guilty and smacked his gavel.
What are you doing here?
Listen! You gotta listen to me! I was there in the park, the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
The gunshot! I heard it too!
Order! What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot?
Yeah, I did. The gunshot. That night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. And I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Larry, what you were doing is all sorts of illegal.
Order! Order!
You know, though, they clearly don't actually care about
No.
legality when it comes to evidence.
No, they really don't.
Is it really illegal when nobody follows the damn rules about evidence?
only in the final trial of the game.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick! This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this.
She's right. It wasn't Larry. It was even worse.
Oh, that's me. Before I read that, Ego said, "Yep, session incoming." The one thing I like about this romance in particular is that the characters do have misunderstandings and struggle with communication sometimes. The misunderstandings get cleared up much quicker than you expect from a romance anime. Like, they communicate better than some adults I know.
That's always hilarious.
Damn it, now I want to rewatch Horimiya. Fuck.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
Don't die.
You're right! Okay. Your Honor! If there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
Regardless of his relation to both the defendant and the defense.
Totally not biased in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Not like the other witnesses totally biased in any way, shape, or form.
You know what?
Though.
You're right. You're right.
But y'all can't be bothered to like check his fingerprints or his dental or any other method of identification to figure out who he is.
Well, I know that fingerprints won't work for a reason that they do mention. Yeah. I don't. Although dental, I think should have worked. Though they might talk on that too. Yeah.
A waste of time! The verdict cannot be overturned! Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, I can talk. Every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we'll hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
December 27th. Defendant number.
I only caught December 27th and then defendant number 2.
I can tell you that I did say the whole like defendant lobby and all that.
I know, the pacing was right.
That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that.
I've seen worse.
Right. You're sweating bullets. I wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night.
Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that fell into the lake.
Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh? You say something right?
Yeah. You seem out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. When I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me, I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right?
Yeah?
This might be our chance. Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials.
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes! 15! Some court.
Court is now back. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me.
Larry, don't mess this one up! I hate to admit it, our last chance. Right about this being a big break.
The night of the murder. That night, I was out in a boat. I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
Larry! I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm scared.
Yeah, it has a lot of holes in this testimony, but which holes do you want to trip into?
Uh-huh.
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
The night I was out in a boat on the lake.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin.
At the hiccups.
Ah,
Well, okay. First of all, what time was it?
oh, it was after 11 o'clock when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak.
And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour?
God. There we go. I was on a boat. I was looking for something and I found it.
Looking for something?
Yeah.
Mr. Watts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth, you know, so...
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock.
Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock. Yeah.
You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
Those watches these days, Larry.
Hell, if you have a phone, your phone has a clock on it.
Uh-huh.
Even the earlier
even
phones
the
still had
older
clocks.
models,
Yeah.
Yeah, the older models even had clocks. Like,
Yeah.
Clocks have been a part of phones for a while now.
I think almost since conception, really.
Not since conception.
Almost. I did say almost.
Yeah, the bricks
The
that
bricks
cell
didn't.
phones were originally didn't have.
Yeah.
times in it. It wasn't until we got to the small, compact, pocket-sized ones that we got the clocks.
Yeah, I think like PDAs, and I think even pagers still had clocks on them.
I think pagers might have, yeah, and PDAs definitely did.
Yeah. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang.
Where did the sound come from?
Oh, you said about their headcanon, that they talked to us about earlier. But yeah, my headcanon was the result of a joke. My friend Juju was complaining at first because she wanted to watch a Yuri anime and prefers Yuri, and Ali said, quote, just imagine the guy is an egg, quote. Egg is slang for a person who doesn't know they are trans / are in denial about it. Yep. We then watched with that context in our heads, and then it weirdly fit at some moments.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know.
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked. Looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat.
Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butts!
Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
No. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case!
After I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
So you only heard one bang, correct?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, why
So
do I
I'm
have to
guessing
yawn?
the fact that it was shot twice on the last one, then it sounds like?
Yeah.
From that hint?
Probably. Well, Nick?
It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions.
Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Ego said it was fun to put on the tinfoil hat and point out certain things on screen, like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, and go, egg! Egg! Now I want to play Risk of Rain 2, damn it.
That's a jump!
It is, but once I explained, I wasn't going to explain, but once I explained, it'll make sense. Not about the whole like egg being a slang for being trans but not knowing it yet, but literal actual egg. So in Risk of Rain, there's a specific build you can get that automatically uses like your ultimate item, and there's an ultimate item that is an egg. And so, whenever I was playing with somebody, I would have that build going, where it would just randomly use the egg, and we'd just be talking, and I'd be going around shooting things, calling things out. And then all of a sudden, I would just go, egg! as I used the ability. Yeah.
Okay.
And it got to the point, because I was doing the bit for the whole run, that I stacked enough items that let you use that item more consistently, like, it shortens the cooldown on it. And so there was a point where I was just going, egg, 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 egg.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Hence the jump. Yeah, I should see if anyone wants to play that game again. Not this one.
The last one got
Yeah.
fired twice, not once.
I heard this bang, but I didn't see a boat. I think it's the one. No?
No, next one.
That's single gunshot, this
Single
one. Yep.
gunshot. No.
Oh, I pressed. Fuck.
Yeah.
My bad. Wrong button.
The last one. So
Yep.
go all the way to the last one.
Okay.
What the hell
Frieza.
is Larry's shirt?
His shirt?
Yeah, because
I wanna-
two eyes.
I
like
want to
two
think it's two
eyes.
different characters that I would cut off by his jacket.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But like,
Yeah, I don't know. I would look at the profiles, but it would still be. We won't see any of the shirt because they're all just this kind of a shot.
The gun itself, I think, was the gun itself.
Two suns out gunshots.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I thought the gun itself noted that it was fired twice, but Lada's testimony. No.
Fired 3
okay.
times. Because
Oh,
remember
fired
that's
3 times.
that's one of the things that links us back to DL6.
Okay. Yeah. Wait a sec, Larry.
What?
You only heard 1 bang? You're sure?
That's what I said.
Okay. Okay.
Are we about to
hold
comment on the same
What?
thing?
You think so? Why?
Her eyes look so offset,
Alright.
don't they?
They're wider. There's more space.
There's a lot more
between the
space,
eyes
yeah.
than usual, and that's what makes them look offset. If they were a little closer together, they wouldn't look quite so offset.
It's not just that image, because it's pulling directly from here.
That's how they have that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. She does not look like that in her.
Right?
Okay. Alright!
I like that we both
that's-
instantly locked onto that.
Well, it's so noticeable!
Yeah.
Like usually the space between the 2 eyes, right?
It's giving
is
like
about
early
the
Dr.
length-
Stone.
Yeah, it's about the length of 1 eye, right?
Mhm.
That's how the proportion generally works.
Yeah, now it's
roughly
like
the
an eye and a
length of
half.
1 eye. That's like 2.
Almost, yeah.
That's like almost 2 eye space right there. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? And like her normal sprite doesn't look like that. She
Mhm.
doesn't look like that. What the hell?
And like the way that's shaded makes it look like the eyes should be centered more.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's wacky.
Alright, whatever, man.
Sure. Well, we're gonna see her later. We'll keep that in mind next time we see her.
No, she is not. Her there's not that wide of a gap.
Yeah.
I would have picked up on it real quick.
I feel
There's
like I
not
would have
that
too,
wide
but
of
I
a
really
gap.
don't remember it anymore. Yeah.
But
Because
Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs.
Ego said, "Hello, Lotta. Looking awfully looking awfully froggish today." Oh god.
And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Well, that's because Larry heard the shot that actually killed someone.
Uh-huh.
Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please.
Huh?
Something's been bothering me. Oh, Ego said, when we found out the character's line profile picture was Rem from ReZero, we lost our fucking minds. In case it's not clear, it's a stereotype that a lot of eggs use anime girl profile pictures. And also, both characters cover 1 eye. Everything's lining up. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts! What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh?
Not sure? How could you not be sure?
Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else.
Something else?
Phoenix, I swear to God, if you had headphones in, Larry, I'm gonna kill you. My radio, dude! With my headphones!
What?
Jumps over table and grabs him by the collar.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Order! Order! And stop that booing!
Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because believe it or not, we can back up what he said with a picture. Your Honor.
Okay. Sorry, let me something.
Please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony, and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me.
Wait. Believe.
But Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too.
You were listening to your radio at a high volume.
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Yep.
Judge, you believe a word this witness says. What he heard was probably nothing more than a drumbeat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection! Wait, Your Honor! The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ.
An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway. What this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. Or the music that would have been playing was very quiet.
Yeah, in the background
DJ
while the
only
DJ was talking.
talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Continue the charade.
It's all we got. Press.
So, you turned on the radio.
Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone, on Christmas Eve, alone! So I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see?
Do you, by any chance, remember the name of the program you were listening to?
This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. And also, the creators don't want to make a whole radio station canon.
That's why. You know that's why. It's like, we can't be fucking bothered.
Yeah.
Objection sustained. The witness wasn't listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night?
So I was listening to it real booming loud like.
Real booming loud.
Like, yes. Yeah, you know.
And you had headphones on.
Yep.
I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all.
I'm sure I heard that gunshot.
Can you prove that? No.
Did you read the rest of that?
Yeah, I did.
No, I only caught the first now. Okay.
Gotcha.
Nah, I can prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I heard exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Press! The most important part of your testimony.
What did she say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us?
Could tell us the time.
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I will the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
The gun was fired 3 times. When was the 3rd shot fired? Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
Right, because that's important, isn't it? She said it's almost Christmas, which
Almost.
means it wasn't Christmas yet.
Yep, so if we bring up, yeah, the 24th or 25th, it was the 24th. Guarantee the 24th. That's sometime on 24th, 25th. But this gunshot was taken exactly at midnight, which would have been the 25th.
Yeah. No, not exactly at midnight. 15
Well,
minutes
15 minutes past.
midnight.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Which is a contradiction.
It is. I'm misremembering.
I don't know if it's the contradiction they're gonna go with, but that is a contradiction.
It is, and I think they will. But maybe not in the way that we want them to. Ego said I'm thinking about the anime again and want to rewatch it. Well. Press.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice.
That's right. I'm not sure how that helps at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope in it. Got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened.
Oh fuck, right. It's the last one again. Okay. Oh, that's check. Present. Music cut.
Good. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you were saying is correct?
Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor! Did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas! Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve!
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact.
Oh, that's me.
Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25, 00:15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day.
This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order! Order! What does this mean? The 2 prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious.
witness, was it?
Yeah. What?
No.
We're both dying.
I passed it to you digitally.
Yep.
My virus has managed to traverse the internet.
Mine's not a virus, it's my vocal cords. Ego said, I also sent an image of the characters I was talking about in Dang and Ranting. Yeah! I was checking them out earlier. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim here at the gun shop before midnight?
Also got totally wrong, the gun fired 3 times does not times back into DL6. I thought it would, because I thought this was the same gun that was used in the DL6 incident.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a different gun.
Yeah. But we have a similar... yeah, we'll get to that.
Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim.
I do, you asshole!
Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
God damn.
Pistol, 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 pistol.
I know, I'm drinking water. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was faster. Nice.
Take that! This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. The 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Bah! You waste our time again with your empty statements! Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things?
12:24 at 11:50 p.m. Boom!
Yep.
Present.
Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims.
Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen on that night on the lake. Exactly! If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. gunshots separated 25 minutes? Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it! I have it!
Huh?
Remember the case with the Steel Samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya!
Yes?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict! We have nothing to lose!
Yeah, we already died once! Let's do it again!
You just watch and let me know if I say something that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
No, actually. Wrong, Von Karma! A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have
We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0015.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad?
Von
Explain who the
Karma
two men
here.
on the boat are.
Edgeworth and the murderer.
Yep. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous.
Von Karma's sweating like, how the fuck did he figure this out?
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Wright. It's...
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know? Oh, again you waste my time.
I don't know, because he never told us! The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Show the judge where the murder really took place. Take that! Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. That way, he could meet the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gore Lake? Please, tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
No, I'm not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop.
That fucking face.
This was around 11:50, and Polly the parrot just sitting there, the witness
Just
to
chill.
everything.
Yeah.
That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat and became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol.
I don't remember if we saw the caretaker in this scene before the remake. I think it was still a shadowed person.
I don't recall. I never played the originals. I've only ever played the remakes. I played the remakes.
I mean, like, even on the
for
DS one, I don't
DS.
think if we saw...
Yeah, I couldn't tell ya.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more visible to see who it is when it's not as pixel art as well.
He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Yeah, the first one to garner attention, the second one to make sure someone sees.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details?
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
And an absolutely confused as fuck Edgeworth. who just saw me on fire a gun and jump into the water.
I see. There's someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. And then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body. Threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker. Quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I'd like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said?
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it was.
Bailiff! We are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared! He isn't at the boat shop either!
What?
What should I do?
Find him, quickly! We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Ha ha ha.
We went through that pretty quick.
Suck that, Von Karma. December 27th. District and number 2.
Yay, Nick! You did it!
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile. Just a little. Relax. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over yet. It's not over for me yet.
Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you. No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edward?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. To be continued. Yeah, we still got a whole half hour. We got through that quick.
Hell yeah! Keep going.
Yeah. This one. Day 3 investigation.
Number 2. Right angle.
What was Mr. Ashworth talking about?
This cryptic ass way.
Yeah. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder.
Okay, that first line I think was new, but anyways.
No, that's how he said it before too.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed Kitty Cat?
Hello, Xena. Right? You're the real star of the show. You're the prettiest kitty on the East Coast. Yes, you are. Prettiest kitty on the East Coast.
Only the East Coast?
Yeah, because Poe has the West Coast.
What? Come here, Bubba. Come here.
They heard you talk about Poe, now they're done.
They're so similar, those two, though. It's honestly hilarious. I'm not lying when I say I Stockholm Syndrome Poe into liking me when I was staying over at my
I believe
place
you. Yeah.
for Chris's.
Yeah.
It's like, I just couldn't help myself. Like, Poe reminds me so much of Xena that I kept, like, messing with her and, like, hugging her and picking her up and all that stuff.
Mm.
And it got to the point where she would, like, if I went disappear for a while, like, up in my room or something, she would come up to my room and,
Why
like,
aren't you
meow at
bothering
the
me?
door. Yeah, like, until I opened the door. And then she would, like, sit in like, the little edgeway to watch me do things. Even though she wouldn't really fully come in. And other things like that. Like, she would actively search me out. It's like, aw, I totally Stockholmed you into loving me.
Jeez.
Like, when I left my parents' place, apparently the first place she went up to was the room I had been sleeping in, and she had, like, scratched at the door until my parents let her in. And then she just kind of got all sad when she realized I wasn't in there.
Oh no! Poor Poe.
Not some painful memory has been troubling him lately. But he'd never take someone's life. Never!
Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What'd you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Was it swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick?
She is 17.
I was about to say, Larry, that is a minor.
Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two.
Also, there's 4 characters on his shirt.
Oh my god, there are!
Yeah.
What the hell? What is this shirt?
I have no clue. I wonder if there's any art of him, like, holding his jacket over his shoulder and it's just his t-shirt.
I would like to see that.
Yeah. Like, that feels like common enough art.
Incredibly curious.
Yeah.
I am now incredibly curious.
I don't know how many,
See
like,
what the
alternate,
hell.
like, sketches there are for the Phoenix Wright world, but... At least official artwork. I think you could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude! Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. All right, Larry.
Larry really helped out for the trial today.
You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick. That boat shop caretaker guy's pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty, well, edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick?
I don't. But what I do know is.
Okay, that's on your side.
Oh, the ambulance. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to believe in you two until the end. They have such a bromance, the three of them. I love it, honestly.
Us too. Edgeworth, then who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry? Oh, Ego said I live between 2 hospitals. Streaming is a nightmare.
Oh my god!
God,
Non-stop ambulance noises.
At my last place, I lived near an airport, so it would just get like low-flying airplane noises all the time. Hated it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment!
He
Nope.
gets as broody as Edgeworth, honestly.
Occasionally. Nick! Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back when he wanted to become a defensive.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yes. In grade school.
Is this our first time with this track?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
the first time with our
Yeah.
They saved me. Miles. They saved me. That's why I became a defense attorney.
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Sorry. I kinda forgot. Oh, Ego also says the first time he called him Miles. Okay, Nick, out with it! I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final!
Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there.
I got a trauma dump, hold on.
It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial.
Danganronpa, hello? A class trial? Bop.
You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with home.
Ego said Danganronpa music starts playing. Yeah. Huh, I see.
Were there only 16 of you in the class?
We get
Anyway.
I think we'll get a count. I think there's a scene.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared. With $38 still inside.
Damn, that's a ton of lunch money. I only ever got 20 bucks a
That
week.
is, honestly, actually, especially since this is like, what, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Right? Late 1990s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. That's not lunch money just for the day. That's like at least the next 3 days, potentially the week. Like.
Oh, easily the week. I got $20 for lunch money a week. Yeah. Yeah. Now you mention it. I do remember that.
I can see why you'd forget. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, though I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not.
So, they thought you did it.
The kids in class said I should try.
Trial?
So the next day, we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
Well, hold on, because I don't see Edgeworth and I don't
I
see
counted.
Larry.
I counted Larry and Edgeworth in that 14. There's 12 on
Oh,
screen.
you did? You
Yeah.
did? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's 14.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is there's already a murder and an execution.
Yes. We are on chapter 2 of a Danganronpa game.
Chapter 2! Chapter 2, the lunch money was stolen.
Yeah. Ego said, what a shitty teacher, too. Oh, absolutely what a shitty teacher.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I didn't do it.
You know what? After stream, I think I'm gonna look into being able to stream, what is it? Oh, what's the name? Oh no, Drawn to Life.
Okay, okay.
Because this music, like
Yeah,
almost
hitting you
every,
with the nostalgia.
it's very similar to a track in Drawn to Life, with similar moments like this of like emotional flashbacks.
Okay,
Like very
okay.
similar. Oh, Ego said this would definitely cause trauma to any kid. Oh, 100%.
Easily.
To have every
Easily.
single one of your peers looking at you like a criminal? Yeah. Yeah. Guilty! He did it!
Guilty!
Give the money back!
You're such a meanie!
Just admit you did it!
Can't hide the truth.
Yeah, no one about you.
You wanted to fit this sugar around you! Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right.
No, you know what this is? This is just everybody kind of not really liking Phoenix already, and just ganging up on him, and the teacher just being like, God, we just need to get this over with.
Roll over and apologize, Phoenix.
What is that shirt?
It's like a little cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
It's definitely a face on there, though.
know. Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening. It was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me when I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened.
You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs.
Miles?
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
Miles, it was your money that was stolen.
Ego said such a cutie. He was a cute little kid.
He was adorable.
And Von Karma fucking wrecked him.
Yeah.
We don't need proof.
Make him say sorry. Why don't you all just shut up?
This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. You say he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
Very well.
Ego says he wore a freaking blazer.
Literally.
Mhm.
I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best friends.
Yeah. Oh, Ego said that is not the school uniform. No one else is dressed like that.
Literally! Like, actually!
Yeah,
None
yeah,
of them
yeah.
actually seems... There doesn't seem to be a uniform at that school, actually. Which,
No.
point to them! Actual point that it might have taken place in America! Look at that!
Yep. Like I said, we're in Japanifornia.
California, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
That's when I learned what it meant. Totally. Alone. Without a friend.
You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took that day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So, I took it kind of personally, see?
Something smells. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes were his father.
Yeah, he came to school in a full suit and bow tie.
Always been proper. Always liked to look his dapperness.
I'm gonna become a defense attorney, just like my father. I lost the accent. A famous defense attorney.
Later.
The DL6 incident.
Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
Checking something.
Okay.
7-year gap. Okay. Yeah, Maya was real young when the DL6 incident happened. That's so sad.
It was several years later when Bernard was there was an article. Headline, something like "Dark Suspicion." Fabricating evidence. Fact.
Ego said, I bet his dad was like, you don't have to wear that, Miles. And he was like, a lawyer must always be presentable.
I could see that! Yeah, I could see that!
Or like, you know what? Even earlier than that, I bet you Miles asked his dad why he always wore a suit. And so he's just repeating his dad's words back at him. A lawyer must always be presentable.
And on one hand, the dad wants to get back with, but you're not a lawyer yet. And then the
but it's
other
also
hand,
just
on the
like,
other
that's
hand,
too cute,
it's
okay.
So cute. Yeah, like that is blackmail material.
It really
is. Your future right there. You let your kid do that because you know full well you can use that to tease them in the future, and it'll be great. Excellent.
Ego said, oh, 100%.
The article said he'd do anything. Guilty.
But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all.
That's what I thought too. I tried getting petrified. Oh.
Guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
Couldn't just drop it. Wanted to learn what he had become, who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
Like,
Ego said the yearning.
I feel like you can make the case that Phoenix and Edgeworth are just really good friends up until this moment.
Where it's like, you let, like, going no contact with this dude choose your career path.
Literally! Literally! Like, you took that personally! You saw this dude choose to go no contact with you, and you took that personally.
Yeah. It's like, way to go, Eminent, no?
For that to choose your career path is a whole other level there.
Yeah. It's like, if you were already had, like, some, like, oh man, I want to be a defense attorney. Which, like, since he had met Edgeworth during that phase of Edgeworth's life, he may have had a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still crazy to be like, that's the reason.
This is why you went full tilt into the defense attorney, because this man wouldn't answer your calls.
Yeah.
Ego said you got the wrong message from Legally Blonde. That movie went way over his head.
Oh god.
He stopped watching after 10 minutes and was like, that's a great idea.
This will totally not backfire in any way, shape, or form. Not at all.
This won't put me in the line of danger time and time again. No, why would it?
Oh god.
I think that I have done something similarly crazy though, but it wasn't ever for a person.
Mhm.
I chose my college based off of the food.
Off the food? You know what? That's fair
Off
though.
Yeah, like
That's fair.
When I was trying to select my college, right? Like
Mhm.
I couldn't decide which college I wanted to go to because
Yeah.
on one hand I thought it would be really neat to go to an out-of-state college for some of the experience, but the local ones are closer to home and on top of that, they're cheaper. But most importantly, the most important factor was I just didn't really have a drive. Like, I didn't really have a whole lot of ambition for what exactly I wanted to do in college. I was just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I didn't really have anything going,
Yeah.
right, for what, driving me for what college I should get to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took the college I ended up going to, right? I ended up taking the tour, and I toured their standard facilities, right? And then I got the honors college for that school was also doing tours the day that I had gone. And so my parents, I think I was with my dad that day. He was like, like, why don't we check out the honors college? Like, they're doing tours, and that might be something you're interested in. Okay, I guess, like, I guess I don't see any harm in not checking it out. Like, we're here already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we end up going on the tour, and I'm kind of listening. I'm like, okay, I guess it's kind of cool. Like, doing extra things, exploring more of the humanities, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's not calling to me. It's not calling me yet. And then we get to the cafeteria.
This is where I belong.
and they explain, like, yep, the honors college is the honors college students are the only students who are allowed to enter this cafeteria. It is directly on the honors college private campus, because the honors college had like its own separate mini campus inside of a campus, so it was like a college campus in a campus, right? They have, omelets in the morning, we switch out the dinner every single night, blah, 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 blah. And we are the only college cafeteria that serves gelato! Kind of sigh-eyeing that gelato, I'm like,
Yeah.
So where are your applications again? That's
awesome.
literally how I decided my college. Because it was the only college
Hmm.
that had an honors college that had a cafeteria that served gelato. That's how I decided my college.
That's awesome.
Everything else about my college career
Mhm.
kinda came secondary to that.
Food always takes priority.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Ego's also laughing. It just said no. Oh god. That's
Yep.
awesome.
And I can't emphasize this enough. Like, it wasn't like super stellar gelato either. Like, it
I
was
can only
good
imagine it was
gelato.
college gelato, so I can't imagine it being too
Yeah,
great.
like it was good gelato.
Yeah.
I would, recommend it
It
to
was
somebody
gelato.
out there. But it wasn't like the best gelato in the world or anything. No, I chose my college career based off of mediocre gelato.
Why hasn't my avatar been working?
That is a great question that I cannot answer.
Yeah, that's not responding. That's probably been dead for a while.
Huh.
Alright.
Something to investigate.
Yeah,
I'll
it just
screw
says not
myself.
responding. I wonder if it's because I didn't have it. I had it like in the background too long or something.
Maybe.
Ego said I must take my leave. See you next time. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Probably once we get to the end of this dialogue. Dev
I
said,
will not be on stream tomorrow, just so you know. I have a couple things happening, and I will not be available on stream next week.
unfortunately.
Just so you guys are aware.
Yeah. I might try to stream tomorrow. Depends on work stuff and how tired I am. But yeah, I might do some solo stuff. But might even finish up I Am Your Beast. See how that goes. If I'm able to. Yeah, Eagles also said, oh sorry, I didn't notice about the avatar not working. And they also said, okie dokie. Yee. Huh? Let's wrap up this dialogue then.
Yeah. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet. Wanted to, in court. Okay, but here's the thing, Phoenix. Okay, you didn't just have to be a defense attorney. That's not the only requirement you had to be to get that kind of thing. You had to know the exact district
Yeah.
Edgeworth was working in.
Yeah.
You had to know the court systems
Yep.
he was working in. You had to stalk this man
Yes.
to figure out where you needed to be working out of in order to have a chance at meeting Edgeworth in court.
Yeah.
There is a line, okay?
Oh god.
You have long since passed it at this point.
Jeez. Mm.
Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one is on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. You are sounding so much like a fucking stalker with that line. I'm the only one who knows the real Panda.
Yeah. That's
Look, again, like I feel like
it's like you can mean it
have
genuinely. You can mean it genuinely.
yeah. It's just
Comes
coupled
off
with the other sentences and the other facts given the story and the other things that had to happen for all this to come together.
Saying that like you don't like anything along the lines of you don't know them like I know them about somebody who went no contact with you in 3rd grade is kind of creepy.
Oh my
Whoa, Nick! So is that why you helped me out for free?
Yeah. I helped you because I believe. Except I don't. Say.
Give him a $38 discount.
I love that!
Nick!
last thing we do, okay?
Right. Very well, maybe.
First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who and what he is.
I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of the evidence. Okay, let's go.
What do we clear out?
Good question.
Oh, a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
we
Heart's
got rid of some
testimony.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just a lot of Heart's testimony, actually.
No, there was a couple things.
There was some
Holly
things.
and the metal detector.
Yeah, 'cause the gun was
and
at the end.
other. Yeah, and the DL6 were all
Yeah, so we got rid of
over. I don't
3 things.
know off the top of my head though
Yeah.
what we got rid of and what we didn't.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah. Oh, we got rid of the second photograph.
That makes sense though because
Yeah.
it's definitely like we proved. I think it really has used.
We got rid of the camera. That's what it was. Those are the 3 things.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Camera, second photograph, and fuck, what was the first one?
The testimony.
The testimony. Yeah. All of Water Heart shit, basically, except for this picture. Okay. Well, that is, I think, just about perfect timing. A little bit over. Close though. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. And yeah, no. What's the name of the game? Split Fiction.
Split Fiction.
Yeah, no Split Fiction tomorrow, unfortunately. But I might stream tomorrow. Again, with my job, it's really difficult. It's really inconsistent to know when I'll be off. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll probably try to stream some more throughout this week. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.